Hi, and welcome to Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee, and welcome to my new kitchen. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be making breakfast in the kitchen. We're going to be making buttermilk pancakes with a triple berry sauce. Let's get into the kitchen. We're going to start with our triple berry sauce. Now, the berries that I've chosen are blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. But feel free to use whatever berries you like. Strawberries, you might like gooseberries, whatever feels wonderful to you. So we're going to also use Grand Marnier. We're also going to have a little bit of maple syrup, some lemon juice, and sugar. Now, first thing, I'm warming up the pan, but not too warm, because remember, we're going to be adding alcohol. So I'll go ahead and I'll pour in the berries. Oops, I lost one. And I'll add the sugar and lemon juice. Now, that was a hot pan. Just going to stir that around. All right, and then we're going to add the star of that show. We're going to add our Grand Marnier, and then we're going to add just a little maple syrup to help it along. Now, once all of these ingredients have been added, you're simply going to stir just to mix them all together, that's all. So we're going to let all of those flavors infuse together. And there's another thing we want to add to it, and that is we're going to add a little bit of lemon zest to it. And there we are. Now you can add orange zest or any other thing that you'd like to it. Look at these beautiful colors. Isn't that just lovely? It's a very quick sauce, and not only can you use it with your pancakes or waffles or French toast, but you can also use this on ice creams for desserts or crepes. We're going to let that cook down just a little bit longer, and then we're going to strain that. All right, so our berries have cooked down into this aromatic, just over-the-top sauce. Yay! It smells fabulous. The aromas are just going to get all of your juices going. I told her funny. Okay, so we're just going to strain that. Now, I'm using a cheesecloth, but I am going to get rid of the cheesecloth because the sauce is a little bit thicker. But first, I wanted to at least get most of the juice through. Look at that. Look at that. This, when I use the cheesecloth, it makes the juice nice and clear and very thin. But I'm going to also mash the berries so that I can get the rest of that thick, delicious sauce. And it'll go much faster too. So let's do that. So I'm going to slide the cheesecloth. And I hate that I lost so much of that berry sauce in there in the cheesecloth. I'm going to put that back on the pan. I like to have the cheesecloth at first in case it catches any little very tiny seeds and it actually clings to that cheesecloth and stays. But look at this, just fabulous. Now this is a sauce for kings and queens. And this sauce is really delicious. If you wanted to use it, let's say with a protein or a steak or something, what you want to do is add perhaps a pinch of salt to it. And also, you'll put it in a different container, go ahead and let it thicken, maybe not as much sugar, and that way you can use it as a squirt. So we have finished this beautiful berry sauce, and I'm going to taste it just to be sure. Another thing for testing your sauces is look how this sticks to the spoon, the back of the spoon. Now, and you can rub your finger, and if it leaves a trail, delicious. Now, we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, when you have the sauce and you put it in a container, if that's not going to be the serving container or you're going to sit it aside for a while, be sure to put a plastic wrap touching the sauce. Press it down. That way the sauce won't form a skin. Now, we're going to transfer our sauce to the serving container, and we'll be back to get started on our buttermilk pancakes. Delicious.
Here's a quick tip from Chef Renee. To make herb butter, you'll need 1 stick of unsalted butter softened, fresh herbs, and garlic. You'll also need fresh ground pepper and a pinch of salt. Place all ingredients into the food processor and mix until the herbs are small specks in the butter. Be sure to scrape the sides of the bowl to ensure all ingredients are incorporated. Remove the herb butter from the processor into your favorite ramekin, or you can remove it to parchment paper and roll into a log. And there you have herb butter. Feel free to substitute ingredients for a different flavor of butter.
Hi, I'm Chef Renee of Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee, and people who know me know that I cook with the freshest ingredients. It's important to use fresh and organic ingredients whenever available. Not only does cooking with fresh ingredients create healthy eating habits, but it also means great tasting food. So join me in shopping locally when you can. Welcome back, and we are ready to get started with our buttermilk pancakes. Delicious. All right, the first thing you want to be sure is that you have your dry ingredients and you put them all together in one bowl. So we're going to do that. Now, we have our dry ingredients together. We're going to just whisk them about. Now, I think this is the part where, you know, your kids would love to get in there and help you. Mommy, mommy. Or daddy, daddy. Daddies might be the cook in the house. My husband cooks all the time in our house. Yeah. Okay. So, there we are. Now, we're going to take another bowl and we're going to put our wet ingredients in. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to beat the egg. And I'll also tell you something about when you make your pancakes. I'm letting the pan cool down just a bit because it's very hot. Now, it is important that your pan is very hot when you start to make the pancakes. And you also want to make sure that your pan has a heavy bottom. This is important because it distributes the heat evenly, and also it makes sure that your pancakes are cooking yes, evenly, but at the same time. So you're getting the bubbles at the top that will form before you flip it. You're going to get those in a consistent pattern. So you want that. So I've moved mine off. All right, now I put the egg in alone because I wanted to beat the egg before I added the other ingredients instead of trying to find the egg yolk in the buttermilk, which would be difficult. So now I'm going to add in the buttermilk. I'm going to add in a creamer. Now I am using, because this is a basic buttermilk batter, I am using a creamer right now, and this is a coffee creamer. And the reason I do that, I'm just using a plain one, a half and half or whole milk, whatever kind of creamer that you'd like, because I'm making a basic buttermilk batter. However, I have used creme brulee creamer, I've used hazelnut creamer, I've used vanilla. Use whatever creamer you'd like, and it'll give your pancakes just a little bit more flavor in there, sort of kind of set the theme. But this one is just a basic. Now to that, I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm going to add a little water. Now, the reason I'm adding a little water is because the creamer can be really thick, so you just want to make sure you're getting a good batter. Now, also, I'm going to use a little butter. All right, so, oh gosh, just the smell of that clarified butter. Oh my goodness, can't wait to eat. So I have now my dry ingredients and my wet ingredients. And we're going to combine them. But before I do, I'm going to get my pot back hot, or my pan. And also, with regards to the pan, make sure that you use a non-stick pan. It doesn't require, this does not require for me to spray my pan because it's not going to stick. It doesn't require me to use oil or butter or anything to make the pancake. In fact, what it does is if you use the oil or the butter, it could crisp up the outer edges. Now, that's something my son absolutely loves. So for him, I do add just a little bit of oil. All right, so we're gonna sort of kind of make a little well in the center. And the reason you make a little well in the center is just so you incorporate the flour slowly. That's it, nothing else. I'm going to go ahead and pour the wet ingredients in the center. And I meant you incorporate your wet ingredients easier. All right. Now, you don't want to overmix. Your batter is going to be lumpy. Lumpy is good. Bet you didn't hear that one before, huh? Lumpy is good. Okay. Now, I'm not going to over whisk it, so I am done with my batter. I'm going to let it just sit for a few moments till my pan is really hot. If you need to test your pan, you can put a drop of water on there. It bubbles and sizzles. Before it evaporates, the pan is hot enough. All right, let me just wipe this down. All right, now you can take a ladle and scoop and put your batter in here, or you can use a spoon. You can use whatever it is that you'd like. I'm going to use a spoon. I have my spatula ready, and I'll show you the difference when you have oil in the pan or butter and when you do not. As a matter of fact, let's do that one first. All right, there we are. And you'll notice when it starts to get done, because around the edges, they'll start to pull away. Now, we're going to take a rubber spatula, and then we'll run it around the rubber spatula because you don't want to scrape your pan, and then it's easy and flexible to get up under the pancake so you can take a look. But notice the bubbles at the top of the pancake. This is what you want and what you're looking for in your batter. If your pancakes aren't doing this, then you're probably not going to get that fluffy texture that you look for or you taste when you go out to a restaurant. And trust me, try this pancake batter, and I promise you will not be going out for pancakes anymore. They'll be wanting you to make them. So I can see that this is ready. I'm going to go under. Look at that. Beautiful restaurant. Woo! All right, you can do this at home. So, and look how it rose. Can you get a shot of that? There we go. Mike's the man. He got a good shot for you. All right, so I'm only going to press just a little because we don't want to press it all the way down. Then we're going to lose that fluffiness and all the aerating and all that hard work you did on that batter out the window. So we're going to cook all of the pancakes. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to drizzle a little clarified butter and show you the different style on the top that you're going to get. Now, look at this. This is soft, beautiful. There we go. Okay. Sometimes I do this on purpose to just give a little bit of a difference in the pancakes when I'm making them. And because I love clarified butter. Okay. Now, if you want your pancakes a little thinner, you can add just a teeny bit more water. Notice I only had a little bit of water in there and I didn't use all of it, but you can add a little bit more water. But I think once you've let the batter sit and rest, then I don't think you should add anything else to it, so you don't lose that. But I want you to notice the pattern when we flip this over. Now we've got a few little bubbles. There's my pancake. I'm turning my burner down. Sometimes you have to wipe out your pan after your pancake. Look at that. See? Now we have a pattern, whereas before we didn't. I take my spatula and I run it around the pancake because I want it to remain in a circle, or at least as closest to a circle as I can get it. If you flip your pancake too early, which I could have let this one stay longer, then you will start having pancake, oopsie, there we go. You have some pancake oozing out, but it's okay, fret not. We can do this. We just put it right back in shape. Now, don't you wish it were just that easy to get other things in shape, like, let's say, our kids? I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to finish cooking all of the rest of the pancakes, and then I have a treat for you. We're going to come back from that break and we're going to try the pancakes with our triple berry sauce, but we're also going to have an orange sauce, a butter pecan sauce, and regular maple syrup to go with our pancakes. I will see you in a few minutes.
Here's a quick tip from Chef Renee. To make butter pecan syrup, add 3/4 cups of chopped pecans. Lightly toast in pan. Next, add 1 cup of pure maple syrup. Mix to infuse the flavor of the toasted pecans with syrup. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and a pinch of salt. Mixture will begin to bubble. Lower the heat and continue to stir. Next, add clarified butter. Clarified butter is used here, but feel free to use a butter of your choice. Continue to stir, incorporating the butter into the syrup. Mixture will begin to thicken, so be careful to avoid burns. Remove from heat and pour into your favorite serving dish. Syrup will thicken as it sits. There you have butter pecan syrup.
We've improved from season 1 to 3 in ways such as we are a more cohesive group. So we have our meetings, we're all on our A game, we're all involved, and we produce something fantastic.
Hi, I'm Vivi Chinolis, and I'm the technical director. And we've improved the show since season 1 by new camera placement and angles and new lighting, and just always trying to improve to make this the best show possible.
Hi, my name is Angela Spence. I'm the Associate Producer of Simply Fresh Foods with Chef Renee. Let's see, how have we progressed in season 1? One of the biggest things I think is we're trying so many different types of food, not just domestically, but we're traveling the globe, trying different flavors and spices from all around the world, and that's been really exciting for me.
I'm looking forward to season 3. We've got a lot of new ideas, not just my own, but those of the staff and everyone that we're going to incorporate into every show, making it different, unique, and something that everyone can be really, really proud of. I look forward to that. Welcome back, and now is the time for my most favorite part of the show. It's when I get to eat everything. Yay! What I have made from our basic buttermilk batter is I've created all of these variations of pancakes. We have here our blueberry buttermilk pancake. We have here just the basic buttermilk pancake, but we have an orange sauce, a little play on crepe Suzette, and we have here lemon poppy seed pancakes, delicious with our maple syrup. We have here again the basic buttermilk pancakes with a butter pecan syrup. Yum! And we have in front of me again our buttermilk pancake, and I've made here strawberry lemon rosettes. That's just gonna be so yummy. And you say, but what about the triple berry sauce? Well, we have it right here with our blueberry pancakes, and I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it on my pancakes with my strawberry butter. Yep. Look at that. Delicious looking. And now I want you to have the full effect of when you go into a restaurant. Here we are. Look at that. Just bumps it up a whole notch or two. I'm getting ready to dig into these babies. But before I do, I want to thank you for having me into your home. And for those that are new, I want to welcome you to Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee. Thank all of my sponsors today, and I will see you next time in the kitchen.
Simply Fresh Foods with Chef Renee is sponsored by Red Tail Heart and Bull Wrap Cookware.